Hey everybody, welcome to week 3 of social media marketing. Now this week we are going to talk about one of the very most important ideas in social media marketing, and that is identifying your target market. One mistake that lots of small businesses make is trying to market to everyone. And it's understandable, you're getting started, you want as many customers as possible, so you're just like putting it out there for everybody to see. But the problem is when you try to speak to everybody, your message tends to connect with no one. And this can be even more true on social media. On social media, broad marketing creates generic content that gets ignored. It's that stuff that people just keep scrolling right past. That's why successful businesses focus on finding their bullseye, that specific group of people who are most likely to buy either their products or their services. And one of the most common ways in marketing theory that marketers find their bullseye is through something called the STP framework. Now, STP stands for segmentation, targeting, and positioning. First is segmentation. That means break a large market into smaller groups based on shared characteristics. Make a segment of people who might be your market. Second is targeting. Then take those segments and choose which specific group you want to serve. And third is positioning. That means deciding how you want that group to see your brand. For example, you may have 2 companies selling athletic clothing, right? There's lots of companies out there that do that. But one may position itself as affordable workout gear, while another positions itself as premium fashion for real big fitness enthusiasts. That's 2 different groups of people. It could be one for just your average person wanting to go to the gym versus people who live a very fitness-focused lifestyle and seek out those premium brands. To build these groups, marketers usually look at 4 types of segmentation data. The first is demographics. Demographics is about who. That includes things like age, gender, income, education, or occupation. The second is geographics. That is about where. This can include cities, countries, climates, even neighborhoods. The third is something called psychographics, which may not be a word you're quite as familiar with as the first 2. Psychographics is the why. This varies a lot. It can include values, hobbies, lifestyles, beliefs, interests. In social media marketing, psychographics are really often the most powerful because they can explain what people care about emotionally. This is why people will be seeking out your product, what internal thing is motivating them to look for a company like yours. And the fourth is behavioral data, not behavioral necessarily as in how they act in their life, but their buying habits. This is the how. How do they interact with you? How do they purchase? How do they establish brand loyalty? What are their shopping patterns? What technology do they use? This is behavioral as related to the way what you're marketing to them. Behavioral in relation to their purchasing habits. Once businesses gather this information, they will often create something called a customer persona or a customer avatar. A customer persona is just a fictional profile that represents your ideal customer, okay? Instead of saying our audience is women aged 25 to 35, a business creates a persona called Sarah. Sarah is a young, busy professional. She enjoys fitness. She shops online. She shops late at night. She values convenience. She values wellness. And so when they take Sarah, that helps the business to really narrow down their marketing because of then just marketing to all young women 25 to 35, they have Sarah in mind, and every piece of content that they create is geared towards what Sarah is looking for, what she needs, what she wants, how we can pull her in. And we are going to create a customer avatar as an assignment this week. I will tell you about this assignment. Sometimes people approach this assignment and say, I feel real dumb about this. This feels cheesy. I'm creating this fake person and I'm going to give all my marketing to them. But I'm going to tell you, if you take this assignment seriously, it is going to help you, okay? Because when you get ready to create content, you will have your own Sarah to market to, okay? So bear that in mind as we move forward into the assignment. And let's now move back to our lesson a little bit. One more helpful shortcut for identifying a target market is to focus on pain points. You may want to include that as you think about your avatar. A pain point is a problem that your customer wants solved. For example, if you sell really expensive coffee beans, really good coffee, your audience is probably not just people who drink coffee, not just the people stumbling to their coffee pot first thing in the morning to put that Folgers in. Your audience may be people who are frustrated with grocery store coffee. They want that cafe experience right in their own home. The more specific the problem, the easier it becomes to identify the right audience. That is why small businesses are often encouraged to niche down. What is the smallest group of people? I know that sounds counterintuitive. What is the smallest group of people my product could reach? But you can always grow from there when you are truly hitting your target market. Okay, that's all that I have for a lesson this week. Do remember, you have your avatar assignment. Remember what I said about it. Take it seriously. It's not cheesy. It's really going to help you when the time comes to move forward and do your creation. You do have a quiz that's standard pretty much every week, okay? If you have any issues, any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Good luck with everything, and I will see you in week 4.